And we're live.
Good morning, everyone. It's the 6 a.m. on the 27th of February. Month has gone by very quickly.
It's crazy. It's going to be Christmas again.
Please
soon.
let us know where you're watching from. Any questions you have, put them in the chat. QQQ. We're going to be talking to Frances in a minute and listening to her story. Hashtag KMT for
a t-shirt.
A t-shirt, okay. And our Dr. Kiltz was here. Just stepped away for a second. So Frances is here to share her incredible journey of using proper human nutrition to improve a long-term eating disorder and reclaim her hormonal health after years of missing her period. We're busting the myth that you need plants to heal and discussing how to break the cycle of food addiction. Frances, thank you for joining us this morning. What time is it where you are?
It's 9 p.m.
Okay.
At the moment.
Not too bad. We're here at 6 a.m. Are you also 6 a.m., Alia? Or
yes, for about another week, and then I'll be 5 a.m. That.
Yeah. I am in Florida. Dr. Kiltz is in California right now, I believe, in Irvine, California.
That's right. So it's like 3 a.m. where he is.
And Alia's somewhere south of all of us. Well, not all of us.
Maybe not.
Really south is Frances, completely another hemisphere.
Yes.
I think she might be more southern than I.
So, Frances, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us who you are, and why you have chosen to eat this way and what benefits it has brought you.
Sure. Well, as you know, I'm Frances. I'm 25. I'm from Australia. I've been on the carnivore way of eating for a year and a half now. I started because I wanted to get my period back, and I had an eating disorder that I was battling for years. I got my eating disorder when I went to boarding school at a young age I developed my eating disorder when I was 15, but I went to boarding school, which I sort of believe where it was all started. When I went to boarding school, the food is all mass produced, not very nutrient dense, very little red meat, lots of chicken, and no parental supervision. So you can eat as much as you want, corn chips, ice cream, chocolates, cookies. So when I first went there, I put on a little bit of weight, maybe developed a sugar addiction, and that really scared me. So I quickly developed an eating disorder and got anorexia, stopped eating, lost a lot of weight. That resulted in 2 hospital admissions. After school, I sort of convinced everyone that I was better, because when someone has an eating disorder, they want to get everyone off their back. And I lived in my own little misery for multiple years. I turned to binge drinking. So I would drink a lot of alcohol on the weekends when I would go to parties or clubbing. And I had a horrible cycle of binge drinking, starving, and bulimia. And this went on for many years. And I finally got sick of it. I quit drinking, which was the first step. And then I slowly started to realize that it's up to me to get better. In mainstream psychiatry and the medical system, there's very much a victim triangle. And people tell you that you are a victim to your illness, you have a random brain disease if it's a psychiatric illness, and there's nothing you can do about it, but we'll give you some medication and send you on your way, and you'll be able to live life like this, but don't worry, it's not your fault, but we're here to help you. And that never really helped, didn't really resonate with me. The only thing that did resonate with me is realizing that it was all on me, and I'm not a victim. It's up to me to get better. So I quit drinking. I got into eating whole foods. I somewhat was okay, but I still had a sugar addiction, even though I wasn't eating copious amounts of sugar or binging. But I was always hungry, never satiated. My period still hadn't returned. And only after going carnivore have I felt like I can just eat a meal, be full and satiated, and then not think about food and eat again, at 8 hours later. And for someone that has experienced an eating disorder and that feeling of uncontrollable hunger, it's something that was not possible. It did not seem in the realms of possibility before. And which is now why I'm trying to scream about this from the rooftops, because in eating disorder treatment, it's funny. They actually don't look at what you're eating. They don't care. This illness about food, they don't look at what you're eating. When I went to hospital, I was served sandwiches, chocolate shakes, ice creams, desserts, bread, pasta, pumped with carbohydrates. And the whole time my brain is going crazy. I'm not feeling satiated. I feel like food does not make sense. I will never be able to have an intuitive relationship with food, which is their goal in treatment. Somehow you're supposed to get there. It baffles me. And this is still ongoing today. Eating disorders still have one of the highest mortality rates out of all the psychiatric illnesses. But there is no component of, let's look at what these people are eating. Maybe there's a relationship there. And it makes me really angry. So fast forward, I'm on carnivore now. My period's returned, but now I'm in the stage of more people have to hear about this. I mean, carnivore is becoming more and more widestream in terms of helping people lose weight. But definitely the eating disorder space, I would think that this way of eating is probably one of the only ways people get their hunger signals back after wrecking them to such a high degree as people do when they have eating disorders.
Certainly,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is a whole food diet just another domesticated story to keep us domesticated? In fact, the carnivore lifestyle is like truly the only healthiest human diet of the universe.
That's sadly what I'm starting to believe more and more. And I think people go on about whole foods and say, well, our ancestors probably had some berries and fruit and vegetables here and there. But even the fruit and vegetables these days have been bred for years and years to be as sweet as possible, as palatable as possible. So especially from the food addiction lens, I don't see how a whole food diet could be healthy.
You have an eating disorder. You are anorexic, bulimic, or you have a disorder. Is that really true?
No.
Why not?
No. Because it's not a random brain disease that I was born with. It's just a coping mechanism that I learned. And anyone else in this world can develop that coping mechanism.
But is it possible boarding school, like parochial school, like the armies of the world, we bring in people from around the globe to do our menial work and plant the plants and do all the work, which essentially is the domesticated story, all of it. And so there's nothing wrong with us, but we're captured in a prison and fed the foods that keep us domesticated and sick. There's nothing wrong with us. It's the environment that our parents plopped us into, that they were plopped into, and breaking free of the domesticated cell is not easy. I mean, in some way, you telling your story around the globe is setting individuals free, and as we build our community around the globe, you think that's really our level we are seeing?
Yeah, I think that's all we can do. People will fight with their science, but at the end of the day, I think anecdotal stories are very, very powerful. science has been captured, and especially people with illnesses where they're so desperate for healing, they get to that point. Hearing someone else's story where they genuinely believe in the person telling their story, I think helps a lot of people.
The biblical stories. So you said a good thing. Science is captured, but I say science is created for the stories that we now have been controlled, because we're all put into school, right? And we're taught all the same things around the globe. But our ancient nature is not to be controlled with the story. It's with the science. It's to be set free and creative with the stories of our ancient brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I agree.
Dr. Nelson.
I forgot the question I was going to ask, but if you have any questions, just put them in the chat. And
Well, so your menstrual periods and all the problems you were having. So what do you espouse that to, that you had these issues?
I wasn't eating enough fat. I was stressed out because I was lacking nutrients. I was scared to eat too much meat. My body was just undernourished. And what's really annoying is if you look up online about how to get your period back, or probably ask a mainstream doctor, they'll tell you carbohydrates are essential. So when I was first researching how to get my period back, the idea of doing a no-carb diet was off the table, because that doesn't make sense. You can't get your period back without carbohydrates. It's too stressful. And it's interesting, when I cut out all carbohydrates, that's when my period returned. And it makes so much sense now, because our hormones rely on cholesterol and fat. And when you're not eating enough, like, you're not supporting your hormones.
Are we actually just poisoned by plants? And I think we should get rid of this carbohydrate word. It's like, I hate that word. You either eat plants or animals and maybe mushrooms in between, but everyone eats carbohydrate. Even if you're carnivore, you eat carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are in all cells. So I just, this idea, but there's a simple story. I mean, why is it important to have your period back? What is it psychologically for a woman that having your menstrual periods normally is important?
Well, it's your fertility, and your fertility is your sign of health. And if you're not fertile, you're unhealthy. So you should think that that's your body sending you a clear warning sign. I could not keep going and eating my whole foods diet and pretending I was healthy, going to the gym, not drinking, still knowing I didn't have my period, and think to myself, oh, but I'm healthy now. It always felt wrong. And I think we innately know when something's wrong with our hormones or our period, we know we're not healthy. We know something's up.
Once you decided to start eating red meat, the big boogeyman, red meat causes all the maladies in the world. What did your family think? Family, friends, extended family, what did people say once they noticed you were eating this way?
Well, my parents started the carnivore diet a month before me, so that was very helpful.
That is very good, yes.
The people around me, I've probably always been a bit weird, so they probably just thought it was another weird thing I was doing. But definitely, I've had a few people be a bit concerned, ask me a few questions, but no one will directly say anything out there to my face. But definitely online, I have been attacked a lot. I'm sure all of you have, which is expected, but I don't really care. When I've been through what I've been through with food and had the eating disorder and seen the healing that it's brought to me, I don't really care what people have to say.
So have you ever had poison ivy?
No.
Have you ever heard of poison ivy?
Yes. I don't think we have that in Australia.
Okay, but is it a disease, or is it a contact and a exposure to a toxin?
Exposure to a toxin.
Is it possible that our diseases are just exposures to toxins? We're not nutrient deficient, we're not under eating. We're poisoned by plants, but we've made a complicated science with 17,000 diagnostic codes, plus or minus 130 additional codes. And you're now just coded. We're just a code, right? But in fact, we're human lionesses and lions who've been poisoned by plants because estrogen, progesterone, testosterone are made in plants, just like they're made in humans. And so we eat a high plant poisonous diet. We're basically eating our birth control. And we're following the science, ketones and all this yickety yak of like I'm confused. Are you a doctor, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So in fact, what credentials do you have to be able to share your story?
None. I'm a lawyer, but that doesn't help.
Oh no, that's even better. I love it. But because lawyers are storytellers,
We are.
and you win by the story, not by the facts. That's the stupidity to all of this. It's so simple and easy. And reproduction is our foundation of everything. And we're basically plopped in a world. We're born to a domesticated slave soldier, peasant, and prisoner world when we're ancient hunters. And if you have a big beast that you've just hunted, killed, and eaten, why would you eat the grass? We secondarily eat grass, not primarily. Maybe through iguanas. Do you guys have iguanas in Australia?
No, I don't think so. Do you have kangaroos in America?
No.
Do we have them at the
Not in
zoo?
zoos.
Do we have zoos, right? Yeah. But this is our problem. We domesticate the animals. We put them in zoos. We are just living in a zoo. Like I see all these people that flock to like Vegas and Manhattan, and, the party cities. This is a zoo. And then is alcohol good for you? A glass of wine a day? Is a glass of wine a day good for your reproduction?
I don't think so. There's a lot of debate on that topic, but people seem to think there's some antioxidants that red wine gives you, but I disagree. It's the toxin.
What's an antioxidant?
I don't know.
Something that takes rust away.
What does a typical I don't know if you wanted to expand on your specific questions, Dr. Kiltz, the antioxidants, but no. Okay. What does a typical day of eating look for you today compared to what you were doing before?
What I was doing when I was eating whole foods, or what I was doing when I had an eating disorder?
Either, both.
When you were poisoned by plants.
When I was poisoned by plants?
And
Well, when I was on my low-fat, low-calorie diet,
Mm-hmm.
I might have had a small bowl of oatmeal that I blew up in the microwave with a whole bunch of water to make sure it expands and was as big as possible so I could pretend like I was eating a large meal for breakfast. Maybe some fruit for lunch, and then a massive salad of plants, lots of low-calorie vegetables, and maybe a tin of tuna. And then actually on my whole foods diet, it was just lots and lots of plants, like large volumes of food, and then a little bit of meat, a little bit of chicken or a little bit of red meat. And then now on carnivore, I've actually just done a month on doing the lion diet. I'm coming off that now, and I've reintroduced eggs. I'll eat maybe 2 meals a day. I don't snack in between, and probably around, you guys do pounds, we do grams, probably 400 grams in each sitting of meat and fat.
Nice.
That's almost a pound.
What led your parents to carnivore?
Well, my mum was going through menopause and had some issues with her symptoms, so she found carnivore to help her with those. And my parents are health nuts. They're always looking for the healthiest way to live. They're very intelligent people. Shout out to them. They're probably listening right now. And they just want to find the optimal way of eating. And they found carnivore and they told me about it. They said it could help my hormones and I was all for it.
Poisoned by plants and lean meat. We're poisoned by plants and protein. Protein-centric diets are the next deadly diet. It's deadly.
Yes.
It's dumb.
I've gotten a lot of messages lately about people that have started carnivore and they're telling me they're eating lean meat and a few eggs and things like that, but they don't have any energy. And it baffles me because you think that there's so much information out there about how to start a carnivore diet. Everyone that's an expert is screaming, you need a lot of fat, but still these lean carnivore diets are still quite popular.
Well, everyone's protein centric and says you got to focus on your muscles. Why don't you focus on your mind? That's what this really is. I mean, I don't care if you're fat or skinny. Mindset is the master set, all this stuff, but the master set is a lion's life, a lion's mindset. But we've been domesticated. Again, what lion is looking for a whole foods diet? Do they have someone telling them what to eat? They give them a cookbook and they tell them the right macros. Oh, have you measured your glucose, 10 times a day? Like how much money does that cost?
Yeah.
There's a question. I don't think this is a joke. I think it's a real question. Do you guys eat kangaroo?
There is kangaroo sold at the main grocery stores, but it's very lean. I tried it recently. Was not for me. It tastes very gamey. There's no fat on it. I wouldn't recommend.
Are they omnivorous or carnivore or plant?
Herbivores.
Herbivores. Oh, they're herbivores. Interesting.
Yeah.
Herbivores. Well, I mean, they kill you. They're killers, right?
That's why I thought they were carnivores.
I don't think many people
they're not
are
exactly
going.
friendly, basically.
But no one's going up to them.
I mean, it's kind of like people go to Yosemite and try to go and pet a buffalo, like dumb.
Or a bear. Jan asks a question. Good morning. Question. I've started eating this way, or should I say more ketovore, several times over the last 1.5 years, but experiencing major cramps and pounding heart symptoms when on this diet. I have, after many times, tried a lot of potassium, magnesium, and now avocado, which seems to help. Any advice or experience with this? Anyone? Drink less coffee.
You have an opinion, Francis?
Fast. Do a week of fasting. No food.
I would say I get cramps when I don't have enough salt, but she said that she's added potassium, magnesium. So I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, avocado is the new health food of the world, isn't it? It's like another dumb. It's fat. What plant makes fat? None. It's all dumb. They make sugar. There's a little bit of oils in there, but I would say that major cramps and also pounding heart. Well, one of the problems, I should say more ketovore, right? Okay. So that means my bet is that your microbial overgrowth in your gut is huge. The microbes are making alcohol, plus they're making methane and they're migrating and they're killing us. I would say you need to go strict lion, one meal a day, and maybe do a 5-day fast. Because fasting, the fat on our body is the only fuel and building blocks of our body. We do not use muscle ever. When your fat is gone, you're dead. Your body only uses adipose tissue, which is probably the most important tissue of the universe. And fat phobic is what they want you to be, because then you're going to be on a GLP. Even the carnivores are all on GLPs because they want to be skinny, which is dumb, dumb, dumb. Can we rely on the food system of the world to provide you with healthy foods in a pandemic?
No.
Do you use locally raised and grazed and animal products for your diet, Francis?
Yep. I usually order half a cow from a local farm, grass-fed and grass-finished, or there's a really good meat delivery service that sources from farmers called Butcher Crowd, and it's all grass-fed and grass-finished. And then I'll buy eggs from the local shop.
You eat lamb, goat, or
I eat lamb, a bit of chicken sometimes, mainly beef though.
Bo Daniel, my wife has migraines, trying to get her on carnivore, but changing her diet triggers migraines. Any suggestions?
It's called withdrawal. Be strong. Do it anyway. Take a
If she
Motrin.
already has migraines, then why not have some migraines on the carnivore diet?
But here's where the fat comes in, because most carnivores, I went and got a ribeye steak last night. I mean, it's still, the animals are raised to be lean, and they've already cut most of the fat away.
Right.
It was just mostly a lean piece of meat. Now I was like, give me more butter. And then they bring you clarified butter. I didn't ask for clarified butter. I asked for butter, pure and simple, and bring the salt and lots of it. Because the meat, no matter what you're eating, is rarely significant fat. And I would say just eat raw fat and you'll be the healthiest you've ever been.
Let's see. Another question.
Are you going to be at the meetup? When's the meetup in Australia?
September 12th in Adelaide.
I wasn't aware. I really want to make it to Meat Stock this year.
Yeah, Meat Stock's fun.
I'm supposed to be in Adelaide in September. We'll see if that happens. It's happening.
I mean, I've got you're being promoted that you're speaking.
Okay. I'll be there, right?
Here, no slow is half a cow still considered whole food.
No, you got to have a whole cow all at once. All at once.
Let's see.
We want to keep most people off the carnivore diet, because then the economies of the world will collapse, because there will be no more addiction or requirements of all the drugs and the doctors, the dissections and the institutions. What boarding school? Like, let's board you and bore you, right? And then they fill you all through the science of the world. I grew up. I was like a grease monkey, building things, taking things apart, blowing up things. My brother and I, and that's probably what our ancient way was, right? I mean, why our reproductive function in our humanity is falling apart? How many children do you have?
No children yet.
None yet. What's the dream?
Oh, I would have children in next month if I could. But my partner and I are saving for a house, and then we'll talk about children.
What animal waits for a house?
I'll tell him that.
I mean, what animal waits for a house? You know, the one thing I've learned in life is there's nothing like stress and strain to push you to grow, meaning that the children give you the family that gives you the impetus to grow, and no other animal waits. Let's have enough money. Let's have a right job. Let's, XYZ is like, where did we get that system?
It goes against biology. I think as a woman, definitely when you reach 18 years old, you're looking at babies thinking how cute they are and how you want one of your own.
Well, do we wait to 18, or we look at them when we're little children?
We're looking at them at 6.
And young, younger than that, right?
Yeah.
But we're suppressed in our ability to believe and think that, you got to wait for something. What are you waiting for? This is our problem. I mean, what other animal says, can I have a birth control?
Yeah.
Birth control. And the birth control pill should be free and accessible to everyone. Well, you have the right to have it free. I mean, accessible. I don't know that anything should be free. I mean, lions don't get, line up and say, the cow walks up and say, okay, here I am, eat me. They got to work too, right?
Yeah. The birth control pill, don't get me started. the biggest lie to women and the biggest con about female liberation. Take this pill, let's put you in the workforce, and this is your dream.
Right.
This is what you want to be doing.
Right. You want to be sitting at a computer or, doing stupid shit that we're all claimed that, you got to get a good education that's going to cost you, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you'll be in debt for the rest of your life, and you'll be in debt to the purpose of you got to go to work in order to plod the system to build more big towers in the center of Manhattan or Sydney.
And to pay someone else to look after your children. You got to
I mean,
work for that.
Yeah, it's all BS, right? That's our craziness, right? What we're all here to reproduce, and we've missed we are missing the purpose of life. It's family connections. That's what it is.
Yeah, I can't think of anything more fulfilling than that. No job would ever be more fulfilling than watching your little mini version of you growing up and teaching them and imparting your wisdom and knowledge. No one will be able to convince me that anything is more meaningful than that. And I don't even have children yet.
Oh, Dr. Nelson, what's the most important thing to you?
Definitely my family.
Aww.
Our family.
Aww.
Our family.
So cute.
Our family. Yeah. What's his question?
Mary Lou, I've been primarily carnivore since September 2021. Recently gained more fat due to inactivity. Being a caregiver, I'm 60. Does putting fat back around the waist cause incontinence?
Fat causes no disease. Fat eaten or on your body causes zero disease. It's not pathologic. It's not toxic. It's anything but the most important cellular structure of the human body. Inflammation causes problems. And my bet is you're probably eating too lean of meat, not enough true raw animal fat, and you may be eating too frequently. Again, protein-centric diet is a poisonous human diet. Lions do not eat protein. They eat sheep, pigs, and cows. And they don't cut away the fat. I see so many carnivores. You got to be skinny. You got to eat lean meat, right? Protein-centric. Sorry, deadly. Protein poisoning. Struggling with bulimia and anorexia. I am healthy and well. I am a lioness and a lion. Start
So
there.
for someone listening who's currently struggling with bulimia and anorexia, what will you say is the first step they should take, Frances?
I would say acknowledge you are completely responsible from here on out. Definitely go eat a steak and start researching the carnivore diet. Start throwing out all of your plants. Eat a lot of fat and your brain will be healed. Don't think about anything too much. Just think you only have this one life. Well, who knows? Maybe you have another one. But as far as you know, you only have this one life. You are responsible for making it miserable. So you are equally responsible for making it as beautiful as it could be. So there's no point wasting another second feeling sorry for yourself and starving yourself when you could be eating meat and eating fat, not starving, and still having a healthy, beautiful body. It's a no-brainer to me.
Why the handle?
Why?
How do you
mean?
choose it? How do you choose?
As in what I wrote?
This is your Instagram page, and it's Lady and the steak, is it?
Lady and her steak.
And her steak, yes. How do you come up with that, or what?
I'm a lady and I love steak. There wasn't too much deeper thought into it.
Okay. And is that your favorite place among the socials, Instagram, or is it TikTok?
Instagram. Yeah, probably Instagram. I have TikTok. It's the same name as well, but mainly Instagram.
Yes. All right. Any other questions, Alia?
Yeah, we have this one. How many times a week is good to have pork belly? I'm buying the best meat I can afford right now. Grass-fed, finished, spit out in my budget. Every day of the week is a good day to eat pork belly. But what do you guys think?
Well, I don't usually eat pork. It's not my favorite. In terms of the grass-fed, grass-finished meat, and you can't afford it right now, I would wonder if there's a butcher or a farm that is selling a whole cow or half a cow, and if you can buy a chest freezer and buy that, because even though it seems like a lot of money in the short term, it is so much more affordable in the long term.
Go.
What's your favorite cut of meat, steak or?
Oh, definitely
to eat?
steak, but tomahawk or ribeye. I
Okay.
can't decide which one. What about you?
Well, they're both good, great. I like the ribeye. Anything around the ribs, it's the fat among the fattier cuts of the cow. But I love picanha as well. Do you know what picanha is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So good.
What is it?
It's a cut from the sirloin primal, the very top of the sirloin. It's the picanha, and they also call it sirloin cap, rump cap, culotte steaks, a few other names. I don't know if it has a specific name in Australia that's different, but it has a very
Sirloin,
thick, fat
yeah.
cap. So it's part of the sirloin, but with a very fat cap. And when you cut it in steaks, you can obviously, some people would choose to trim that fat, but it's got a very good amount of fat.
I love getting the brisket.
Oh, sorry.
You go.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
Go. I love getting the brisket and chopping it up into cubes, and there's like a massive layer of fat, and then just putting those cubes in the air fryer, and then the fat goes all crispy. It's so good. It's my new favorite breakfast.
Yum.
Was that a question from
John had a question.
John?
Yeah, but I lost it. It said, I'll find it again. Here it is. How do you like to cook your steak, and what method of cooking is your favorite?
Is that directed to me?
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
All questions are for you.
Well, they're all for me? Okay. Oh, well, I like my steak quite rare, and my preferred method would just be quickly on the barbecue, but sometimes I don't always have access to a barbecue, so just on a pan, but not for long.
Nice. Oatmeal is disgusting. Okay, Chuck asks,
I have a new
ruminant-
a blog post coming out about oatmeal.
Excellent. People should not eat it. Should the ruminant meat-
goat meal.
Goat meal, exactly. Should the ruminant meat be considered more of a meal and pork more like a dessert?
What do you think, Frances?
I think I personally feel better on ruminant meat. Everyone's different. I wouldn't say, I mean, pork isn't red meat, but at the same time, I wouldn't say I've done enough research into pork. I've just personally never been a big fan.
All right, let's see. There's another question. Oh, what's the win this morning? A t-shirt. We have so many t-shirts. You can win a t-shirt, potentially. Hashtag KMT to win a t-shirt. Don't miss out on the chance to get your uniform. When Dr. Kiltz asks a question during the interview, he's not quizzing them to see if the person is right or wrong, smart or dumb. He just wants us to think.
By the way, Frances is amazing, highly intelligent, and here to tell a story. And this is the most powerful thing for any of us to do. Sometimes I do speak loud, dramatic, and I throw our concepts and ideas for all of us, because I'm not that smart. And I think everyone's comments are powerful and important here, by the way. I don't know any answers. This is a great place to tell stories and share ideas. I mean, Francis, what is the simplest part of the whole journey that you found?
That there's no need to calculate anything. As someone that had an eating disorder, there was a calorie calculator in my mind. And every day I was planning around what I was eating, what the next meal was going to be, fantasizing about food. I was worried about Christmas and parties and dinners and social events. There's a lot of head noise with carnivore. In the space of like a week or 2 weeks, gone. I can't think of another treatment that has that quick of results. It's like magic. That is the best part. My brain is quiet and there's so much space for other things in my life now.
Sorry.
Goat meal. Goat meal. Goat meal.
My baby goats.
Goat meal. Goat meal.
I don't know what's worse, peanut butter or oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
I mean, essentially, we're living in a world of starvation. And they're feeding us starvation food. I mean, the animals are gone, and we're not going to just, we'll eat dirt. I mean, that's what humans have gotten to. But, if there's a bunch of plants, and then we're figuring, well, if we process them, we'll thrive and survive. And, there was forces in the world that brought us here, but now there are forces in the world to take us to a new level.
I figured at some point, thousands of years ago, when people might have been starving, they started digging for roots and started eating the roots out of desperation because they were not finding their food. At some point, we learned, after many probably die, okay, maybe we need to boil this, cook this. And, that process didn't happen overnight. On how to prepare foods, particularly plants. Basically, after people got sick and probably died, they continued to try until they found a way to eat the plants and the roots.
But there's always warning signs, there's still warning signs now in our health, and even little kids that hate vegetables as soon as they're introduced to them. And throughout the years, we just keep ignoring all the warning signs.
Yeah, but people are always recommending. Recently I keep in touch with a medical student I had, and I sent him information actually on, it was low carbohydrate diet for the weight loss for obesity in children. And I sent him an article, and he said, "Oh, the kids just need to be more active and eat more fruits and vegetables." That was, and unfortunately, brainwashed by the plant-based gotta be the best.
Boarding school.
Probably.
It's kind of like, what do they call it? Waterboarding. We're basically waterboarded. We're all basically in a jailhouse, and the leaders, the dictators, are laughing their way to the ivory towers of the world, or the Jeffrey Islands.
Yep. And on the Jeffrey Islands, they're all eating steak.
Yeah. I think they're eating oatmeal too. I think they're,
You reckon?
I think they're eating the steak, but they're drinking alcohol. They're part, they're using drugs, and, it's a world of, they're suffering also. They're suffering from the same poisons, and that's the brain problem. When we all go to the lion's way of living, we recognize we're all the kings and queens of the world. God is within each and every one of us. And that's why freedom can happen even in solitary confinement, through the mindset. The mind is the master, and you could change it like that because you're sick, you have this disease, your DNA is the problem. I mean, that's the story we're all living. And then we've been given a diagnostic code, right? You know, we got all these codes, right? You know, depression, anxiety, bowel bleeding, kidney stones, migraines, ADHD. All these things are just codes of keeping us weak and meek, and not recognizing freedom is within you right this moment. I am the goddess and gods of the world. I am healthy and well, and I am a lion or lioness. That's what I'm learning every day, and I'm a mess up.
And everywhere on the internet, on both sides, they want to make you believe that there's this war for our own freedom, but you're completely right. It's our freedom is there, and we can take it at any moment.
Here we go. How bad is coffee for you, Dr. Kiltz?
I call it bean broth. My keto, 2 crazy ketos. Look at driving a car is healthy for you. Is that correct? Getting in a bus, going to a airport, train station, or even going to a stadium to watch a concert, is that healthy for you?
There is a risk that it could be deadly. Yeah, it's a
right. I mean, you know, wherever you are in this world, but basically, look at pick something. Coffee and teas are highly harmful for you. Well, they're minimally, and I would say that they're small amounts. I mean, I was off coffee for 2.5 years. I'm back enjoying it in a different way. What are your thoughts, Frances, of coffee?
I quit coffee before I became carnivore. Someone told me about how coffee depletes your chi, and you only have a finite reserve of your chi, and every time you deplete your chi, you're running out of chi. Anyway, I like that explanation. I just love not being addicted to anything. As someone that had an eating disorder, and that is a form of addiction, I love the freedom of not having this thing that I require for comfort throughout the day. I like to explore what happens when I get rid of any sort of comfort. But that's me. I can acknowledge that at the end of the day, you're probably not going to die or have horrible health consequences from coffee. And if people need that comfort, and that's where they're at, then I respect that.
Well, there's a difference between need and enjoy from time to time. That I absolutely go days without it, and I enjoy it, but I've been off of it 2.5 years. But I would say it's back to the mindset. I'm addicted to life. I am absolutely addicted to coming on with all my brothers and sisters around the world, and I agree with you. I mean, is it healthy for you? Well, you know, we don't know how I'm going to die, right? We don't know that. But yeah, pick something. But I never label. I no longer label something as addictive and harmful, even if I have a sip of a martini from infrequent time to time, because you know I fly airplanes, I live with other human beings, and I go to large. You know, walking with a crowd of human beings anywhere in this world is highly deadly. But I agree with you. I do agree with you. And that's why I gave it up for 2.5 years. Is like I don't need it, and I don't need it today. Absolutely.
I think for me, what's interesting is when we're younger and we smell like coffee breath on someone's mouth, and we have that first sip of coffee, we innately don't like it. It's an acquired taste. So to me, what is that trying to tell our bodies? What does that mean?
It's like cigarettes, right? And you know, and we become addicted. Well, the power is to use small amounts from time to time if you choose, and that gives you the freedom.
Coffee is powerful if you choose it. I had a decaf a few months ago, but they accidentally gave me a real coffee. And I was on cloud 9. It was crazy. It was a very powerful drug. I was dancing. I was singing. I was so happy. And then I had a bit of a crash.
Oh no.
Yeah, and now all the energy drinks. I mean, even the electrolyte mixes we all utilize and sell, those are not natural or normal.
No.
Do you need electrolytes? What animal says, did you get your electrolytes today? And supplements. I sell supplements and electrolytes. I mean, I don't tell anyone you need them. You got to take them. It's going to make you healthy. No. If you want to take them, here I sell them. I think they're quality and a good price because people enjoy them. I would say, like enjoying heroin probably isn't the right direction. I'm with you, Francis, 100%. Oh
However,
my.
if you don't like to eat organ meats or liver, we do have desiccated
Yeah, we
capsules,
do.
grass
Well,
fed.
Dr. Nelson, do we need organ meats?
I like this one.
A lot of people eat without eating organ meats. Organs are okay if you're eating nose to tail, especially. You should probably try to include some proportionate amounts, but a lot of people don't, and they're okay.
When someone says, I love you, how do we feel?
Great.
Loved.
Is that an addictive substance? The biggest addictive substance. Because the universe knows how to make babies. It's all it cares about. That's it.
Do you do any coaching with people if they want to talk to you about?
At the moment, I'm doing a course with Nutrition Network to become a coach and help people, but I'm holding off coaching or helping anyone until I finish my course. But I get a lot of direct messages, which I love to reply and help people on Instagram.
Who decides if someone has the right certification to share a story of healing?
No one. I think the people can decide if they want you to help them. But a lot of people like to tell me that I'm a 25-year-old. I have no place giving nutritional advice, which is fair. I get where they're coming from. But if someone does want my nutrition advice, I think they should be allowed to have it.
I always ask, where did Jesus Christ get his certificate? Decided to tell a story. You keep on telling your story, Francis, because I think you're right. Reproductive disorders are the most common problem for all of us. And what you're doing in Carnivore and sharing your story, that's it. But the most important certificate course, where is it, Dr. Nelson?
It's in the
Well,
tribe.
We have a Kiltz Health coaching certification course. And you can go to any of our websites or at the description of where you're watching right now. Probably you have a link.
Yep. And here.
Become a member of the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. Very easy to find. If you don't have the link, just search for Kiltz Mighty Tribe. You should be able to find it. And how expensive is it to become a member, Dr. Kiltz?
Well, you must give the most important part of your life, which is your name and your email address. And you've now shared your identity with the world. And you will now have access to infinite lions that are leading the charge of healing humanity. Francis, are you a member of Kiltz Mighty Tribe?
I am.
I love it.
Well, I get the emails.
And I'm a member of all the other communities, which I think is so. I mean, we're just this idea that they're all on equal standing with God's universe, and that we're all there to share our wisdoms and ways, and then we argue with Bart or Chafee or Kiltz or Nelson, and we're all. I never argue with Tia though.
That's smart. That's the most deadly.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. She hates me on coffee, by the way. It's like, stop that.
You don't seem like someone that needs extra energy.
I mean, well, like, have I really changed since converting back to a little coffee?
No.
Same guy. But we are social beings, and are, go and, smoke a peace pipe, right? Or the culture of food, like, to have a small taste of small things sometimes is not our killer, because so let me ask you the power of carnivore, what it's done for your ability to be discerning on what you put in this heavenly, beautiful body.
So discerning. I mean, it's night and day how I feel when I'm eating plants and when I'm not eating plants. And no amount of temporary mouth pleasure is worth the feeling of eating plants. When the steak and how I eat on a carnivore diet is so delicious, I do not feel like I'm going without at all. What is a better food than a beautifully cooked ribeye steak? There is none. People are always trying to ask me, what do you miss? Like, what is the one food that you would have? Mm-hmm. And I genuinely have to think about it, because there's not one thing that really jumps out at me. I love steak. I could eat steak for the rest of my life and not feel like I'm being deprived.
Can human beings live without plants?
No. Photosynthesis.
Ooh,
right? Without capturing the sunlight. And we're boys and girls who capture the sun. And that's it. Absolutely. I mean, no plants, no life. Glucose is a glycosylating agent. It's not the energy of your cell. Sorry.
Yep.
Plants make oxygen. They make heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, caffeine, and plants and the microbes make alcohol, which we're driven to. We're driven to alcohol and sweets.
Oh, wow, bros. Good job.
Bros.
Congratulations. You know my email address, but in case you don't, it's alia@drkiltz.com. Spell out doctor and send me your shirt size. Now,
Francis, what do we need to do to get you to meat stock? You got to come.
Not much. I want to come. Yeah.
You have the invitation. You got to come to meat stock. Amazing people are there, and blessed to be with all of our brothers and sisters. Our ketovores, our carnivores, our protein centric, our plant. I mean, everyone's welcome. Even our vegetarian and vegan friends are all welcome there.
Were there any last year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Very open-minded.
We have to be open-minded, because if we want to share,
very open-minded of them to come.
Well, I make the vegetarians. I make eggs. That's easy.
Yeah.
Eggs, a quiche. What was your question, Alia?
How do we? Oh, we got 30 seconds. How to raise vitamin C on a carnivore diet? Take Dr. Kiltz's liver supplements.
I mean, I think even vitamins and all that stuff is all scientism. There's no animal measures any of that shit. Eat the fatty meat, organ meats. Have a good day, and follow Francis Gunn every day.
Yay! Okay, bye. Oh, wait,
have a great day.
Have an awesome day, everyone. We'll see you later today. I'm going to be with Dr. Ribeye. Goodbye, Ribeye.